It's that time of year when everybody's searching for that new MMORPG, something to just jump into and have fun. If you're looking for that kind of video, then you're in the wrong place because I, very much like you, have been scrolling through Steam for hours on end looking for that game to give me that shot of dopamine. But instead I have to rely on like 7 cups of coffee a day. Before we talk about that, let me bring it home a little bit so I can be more relatable. I'm going to look at my screen at various points of this video because I have like 5 bullet points because I have the attention span of a squirrel on the illegal white substance. You're not supposed to say that. Oh. Anyway, moving on. My MMORPG journey started way back when I was in high school. I was a wee cat boy back then, and all the cool kids started playing the big ol' RuneScape. We'd hop on, get together on like World 41, go smack cow hides or something and sell them on the Grand Exchange to make some quick bank. It was a fun time, you know, until eventually most people moved on to other games like League of Legends, which, to be honest, really isn't my cup of tea. Don't at me for that. You know what? To make up for it, I'm gonna change this background to a random video game that I've been playing. Give me a second. I know how to do this. There we go. Immersion. Alright, so I stuck it out with RuneScape while dabbling with some other cool games like Little Fighter 2, Adventure Quest Worlds, and I eventually found myself playing a game called Shia. No, many of you probably have never even heard of Shia. I don't even know how I heard of Shia. But Shia was a great open world MMORPG. It was PvP based, it was great first time, but little I know in my younger years how pay to win some of these, let's call them PvP based MMORPGs, how pay to win that they could be. And sadly, spending years playing this kind of game began my slow descent down the rabbit hole commonly known as microtransactions. Eventually, the server I played on died and I turned my attention to single-player RPGs. I got into things like Devil May Cry 4, which introduced me to the Devil May Cry series, and I also got into things like Skyrim, which piqued my fascination with things like Oblivion. I also stumbled upon the second worst decision of my life, and I've made some pretty bad decisions. I mean, you should see what my deck of Yu-Gi-Oh cards looks like. I placed top in 1-1 tournaments. That's 0. Anyway, I'm talking about this nostalgia trip of an MMORPG called Neverwinter. It's one of the most beautiful MMORPGs you'll ever play that was sadly power crept by heavy pay to win and gacha systems. Systems. I can English. Once I got out of my toxic relationship with Neverwinter, I spent a lot of time playing old Game Boy games using an emulator on my PC, and I also did some trash mobile gaming. We'll not talk about that. Life really wasn't the same. I kept seeing the same 4 titles, 5 titles, 6 titles, lots of titles, year after year. Titles that are probably no stranger to you. Things like World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy XIV, Guild Wars 2, Black Desert Online, The Elder Scrolls Online, something else online. Each of these are amazing games, and the thing is they're massively populated. It should be easy to just jump right in, right? But that brings me to the point of the video. It is the essence of the MMO to have people to play with and connect with, right? So given the games I just listed, that shouldn't be a problem because they're heavily populated. But let me see if I can explain this properly. The idea of jumping into an MMORPG that's been around for years, and I mean like 10 years plus or something, the idea of that and being that one person that is new, that doesn't know anything about the game, doesn't have any friends in there, I don't have a group that I fit into, and getting into a group like that, you know, having nobody to play with at first, that kind of sends my anxiety through the roof. Now that just might be me being terrible at making friends. I kind of just, you know, my friends all adopted me and that's how that happened. But chances are The people who have played those games have done so for years, and they have already formed meaningful bonds with other people who were there through the development of that game's history. Those bonds and experiences are what I think many of us crave, and why we're looking for a new MMO to jump in to be a part of the new world and to forge all of those new experiences together. It could also just be a me thing because, like I said, my friends kind of had to adopt me because I don't know how to make friends. So, yeah, socially awkward. So eventually I caved and I got Guild Wars 2, I got the expansions. It's a great game. I love the combat, I love the PvP, and it's a great game, right? But to me it just feels kind of lonely because it's very hard to make meaningful friendships and connect when everybody that I was playing with, that I tried to play with, that I talked to in game, they were like on a different time zone from me, and because of work schedules and all that, it was really just hard to find a group to vibe with, to play with. Now, if you got this far in the video, then I suppose you're wondering where are you going with this lag? And to answer that in a very roundabout way, my search for the next MMORPG to satiate my nostalgia and my need for feeling like part of a community, it has led me to probably almost the exact same place as all of you. And that's playing a game that you find yourself returning to for some reason or the other. Reasons that don't really make sense to anyone else, but that's the thing. It doesn't have to. If it makes sense to you and it makes you happy and you get what you need out of that game, then that's all that really matters, you know? The game I found, which has been on screen on and off during this video, is called Adventure Quest 3D. It's a really nice cross-platform MMORPG for PC and mobile that this channel was originally centered around. I play Adventure Quest 3D because of its dumb jokes. It has a multi-class system, it's not pay to win. Is it perfect? No. There are lots of issues that I can rant about for hours, but that's neither here nor there at this point. Another game I found recently is called Heartwood Online. It is by far one of the grindiest 2D games I've ever played in my life, or probably in a long time, probably not in my life. But anyway, it does help me relax at night before I fall asleep. I'll leave links to those two in the description below, and while you're down there, maybe, let me know what you're playing so we could game together sometime. Meaningful connections and all that. That being said, it's that time of the video when I break your immersion and I ask you to like and subscribe. Or like leave a comment down below for the algorithm. You watch things on the internet. You know how this goes. Speaking of the internet, I stream on Twitch. Yeah, link in the description. So come over and hang out in chat as we play some games. It'd really make my day. All right, back to the discussion. Is it really a discussion? I'm kind of just here talking to you. Well, actually, I'm talking to me, but I'm talking to me to talk to you. To talk to me to talk to you about. What I'm trying to say is, all hope is not lost. It's 2024. There are lots of MMORPGs coming out this year, like Throne and Liberty is having like a global launch. I know there's a whole issue with pay to win and some other stuff, but they should be making adjustments for global. I don't know, we'll have to wait and see how that turns out. There's also Tarsland. After the huge wave of negative backlash for all the pay to win stuff during the last beta, despite having advertised as non-pay to win for months, and I mean, I would know. I covered it in a video on this channel a couple times, I think. Remember? Yeah, so Tarsland, they are making changes based on player feedback. They put out a document outlining all the changes that they'll be making, including removing the pay to win stuff for the most part, and they're going to be removing the very much controversial gender locking of classes. There are a couple other MMORPGs going into beta this year, some of them even full releases, but I'm a bit skeptical given the recent news with Quinfall, but this is where I ask you to share some of those wonderful gems that you're looking forward to. Share them with me in the comments down below. I hope this video helped you not feel so alone in your struggle to find the next MMORPG that fits you. And depending on how this video goes, I will do more videos talking about similar topics. Anyway, until the next time, stay safe, be happy, and meow. Bye guys.